OG's turn to ban. Radiant team ban. OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. OG's turn to pick.
I speak for the trees.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. OG's turn to pick.
Mereska has arrived.
Radiant team ban.
Earth Spirit.
OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. OG's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Welcome back, guys. We have game number 2 here in this best of 5, ready and waiting for you guys as we swing very quickly into the draft because it's already underway. We snuck away for some food, we got our lunch, and we're ready to go. Game 2, OG 1-0 in the lead up against Kinguin. And a bit of a different draft this time around, Lacoste. New heroes.
Yeah, Nature's Prophet opening from OG. We know that Jarex is gonna play the Earth Spirit, but we'll have to see what this Nature's Prophet is gonna do. He's been the most popular as position 4/5 pick. So Dazzle, Dark Willow. These heroes are gonna be so hard to kill, especially Dark Willow. We're gonna have to see how that works out. Maybe they're planning to pick Phantom Lancer, so OG could try to steal that one because of the heal bomb. Also, Broodmother last banned in the 2nd stage. This is not really common. Most of the time, it's just 5th ban. Sorry, 6th ban.
about the potential of a core dazzle? Because we saw that from Kinguin previously, right?
Yeah, we saw it once, but we'll have to see. I didn't mention the core dazzle. This will probably... there it is. Phantom Lancer plus a dazzle that I was mentioning, the heal bomb from the illusions. I'm surprised that that is not picked up way often. Dazzle is in that kind of a state where he's not popular, but the hero is still strong. Especially if he's paired up with something like this. We saw OG yesterday with the healing bomb from Spiderlings.
Yeah, that was real nasty. Medallion, Shadow Wave, and Spiderlings around someone. Really did blow them up. Yeah, I feel like Dazzle has become... You know, he used to be that POS 5 that everyone played.
Yeah.
But now it feels like it's much more of a comfort hero for specific players. Like you think of Fly.
Opa!
S4 Axe.
Yeah.
Here we go. Up against Grave, up against PL. You've got the spins, you've got the dunk. A number of ways here to deal with it. But I think also with Berserker's Call going through Dark Willow's Shadow Realm, you've got a way to disable her.
Seconds remaining.
I have a lot of ways to deal with the Phantom Lancer already. Most of the time Lifestealer is just picked as a counter to a Phantom Lancer because he builds into Radiance, so the miss chance not affected by the damage, also burns and gets a lot of gold from them. And Axe, of course, against the Illusions heroes goes in, all spins like a madman.
Final bans then. What we're looking towards. OG feels like they need a POS 5.
I think that's gonna be a Prophet.
Yeah. But then Fly on Prophet?
I don't remember seeing him play Prophet, but kind of a newer pick as position 5, so he probably did some practice.
There we go. I retweeted you and put the Facebook link. We did it.
Remaining.
Oh, someone tweeted at us and said Enchantress purged Invis rune with enchant.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned, that it could possibly that it happened, but it looked like she used enchant before.
Oh, so then someone else said, as Fly turned around, Ench attacked the rune and denied it. So we've got two people saying two different things.
Yeah, so you're not really helping. One of you is a dirty liar.
Well, I mean, we said both of these things. One of them's true.
We needed help, not to confuse us more. Like we don't need the third option. We saw two of those. So they need some kind of a tower damage, I think, for OG. Maybe a Dragonite is good against all these heroes. They can't burst him down. DP also fits the profile.
A few options there. 15 seconds remaining in normal time. They've got another 13 in reserve, so a decent amount of time there to decide what they want to go towards.
5 seconds
And I couldn't see Nature's Prophet on OG's recent draft, so this is something that they've potentially tried out in scrims. We'll see how it plays out.
They could go for Puck also if they want, but alright. I wanted to mention Puck because they have no lockdown for Puck besides Tiny, and they could maybe swap things around with the Axe and Puck. Like, you can't play POS 4 Axe as well. It's doable. Yeah. Olina is the wave clear that they needed. Earth Spirit doesn't provide anything. Axe does fine. Good against the PL Illusions. Not sure what the matchup on the mid will be.
I don't know what the matchup in any of the lanes are going to be from OG. As you look at this, we've got some very funky heroes coming out. Final pick from Kinguin though. PL, Dazzle, Dark Willow, Tiny. Got a decent amount of sustaining team fights. An okay amount of nuke damage to bring people down, as PL is obviously going to be that hero that deals with lifestealer in the team fights. But I don't see a hero that kind of brings everything together and makes this a draft, right? You know, you see 4 individual heroes there and you think about the matchups, think about the ways you can play around each other.
Yeah. Sometimes when you just look at the 2 drafts, you don't even have to think what the heroes are gonna do because you've been playing Dota for so long, and then you just see one hero and then
it clicks.
It clicks. Or you see one hero and you think, what the fuck is this? So Zeus...
What's the outcome with the Those treants grabbed. Kinguin, Elisash, Dazzle, Patos, Tiny, Exotic Deer, PL, Castle, Dark Willow, and the final pick, Nisha on that Zeus.
Yeah, I mentioned how Zeus is vulnerable to ganks. There's also Nature's Prophet who can TP to you and you can't do anything about it. Most of the time you just have 2 shared tangos. You don't bring any extra region, no other tango. So when he gets the Sprout, it could be just a kill. So he might be looking into the Quelling Blade.
Fuck.
You just wanted to say that? Yes. Yeah, well, it's pretty common.
Zeus Quelling Blade, let's freaking go. Let's go.
You can upgrade it to the Battlefield. You remember, right? Do you remember the Zeus, when he made a Battle Fury, he had a different animation. Same goes for Tide Hunter.
I remember Tide.
And everyone remembers Tide, but Zeus had a different animation as well. I love to ask people about that.
Huh, what did he do? Did he do like the...
Just a different kind of animation.
Okay.
Like this. Would it help?
Just what I needed.
he throws shapes. Very good. I genuinely don't think I have ever seen a Zeus Battle Fury. In 14 years, I don't think that once has crossed my mind or crossed my eyes. Quite interesting.
So let's see the item builds and the lanes. Exotic Deer on Phantom Lancer will be on the bottom lanes. So they know he placed the ward on the bottom. Not sure how he's faster than the Earth Spirit.
He's a speedy devil.
He used the roll? Used the stone as well. So that's 2 or 3 rolls. Still Exotic Deer was fast enough to get into the place. One speedy guy.
Agi hero movement speed. And Jerax is smoked up now, 330 move speed as they go under cover of smoke with S4. Where are they off to? Obsward will go down towards the mid lane. As Kinguin still ripping up at bottom. Exotic Deer and Katzor trying to scout out these OG players, but the roll-in is perfect, catching Elisash. The LSA from Seb, perfect. The less said about that, the better, I think. But with no grave, only Shadow Wave, Elisash buys some time here, but Battle Hunger ticking down. The Tango will surely keep him alive here, it looks like. Surviving through the damage, barely on 20 HP.
He could have just gone for the Dragon Slave. It's better in the laning stage for the last hitting. It's more damage, and you can't miss. They're gonna get a kill on Dark Willow.
And they drag the wave as well, so that's gonna double up. Force Exotic Deer to do some exotic dancing down in bottom lane with a creep wave. Try and get that equilibrium going, and they're just continually playing aggressive near this shrine. The 4th lane of the map, apparently.
I can just TP out.
Yeah, no catching Jerax here. He's not even going to TP. He's baiting them in to cast some more spells. Not going to throw anything toward them.
That's a lie, Gary. You're lying same as the people that lied to you on Twitter.
He waited a bit. He baited them in. He got some auto attacks from them. No spells were cast, though, so I did tell a little fib there. Top lane, what we're looking at. Fly. No Orb of Venom on the Prophet, but still harassing Patos back quite significantly. Of course, you look at Tiny, 0 armor, forced to TP back to his tier 1. As Fly really does rein in the pain. Mid lane,
Seb.
Nisha in trouble. Seb, Fairy fires up, keeps himself alive. Nisha, though, will salve back as Jerax made that rotation. Elisash reacting. And on down on the low ground, Elisash very nearly walks up into a bit of a trap there. But it is, again, OG pressuring all 3 lanes, and it feels like they're coming out on top in all 3 of them as well.
I'm surprised that Seb didn't go for Magic Wand first item. He knew the matchup. He might be in trouble.
Level 1 Lightning Bolt 2 in the Arc Lightning, but with the vision that Zeus got through the little tree enclosure, Lena, interestingly enough, gives away a kill. Patos Bounty Rune up top. Fly trying to stop this, but again, with no Orb of Venom, it's very hard to keep the Tiny held down in lane. S4 back down towards bottom. Brown Boots Quelling already up for him, forcing a defensive tri-lane around the PL. Keeping these supports in action, at least for now. Things no longer as frantic and energetic as they were in the first minute or so. Earth Spirit, of course, just going to come back, regen, get some Brown Boots, TP back to a lane, and that's when it'll all start to kick off again.
Yeah, again, they're bullying Patos out of the lane. Has 3 CS, so he needs to play sneaky, try to drag away the creep wave. Earth Spirit TPing. He's only level 1 though. Has also Patos does not have a TP this time.
Ooh.
See the body blocks.
Roll misses, but I don't think it matters too much.
That's Orb of Venom that they missed on Nature's Prophet. Now Jarex has it.
It's only a 7-second respawn time on the Tiny. So he will be back in lane, potentially with a double wave coming his way. So I guess the job he went out to do, he has successfully obtained. The couple of creep waves coming towards his tier 1, but it's going to come down to...
There's no double wave. They're just going to kill the creep wave.
Denying out?
Yeah, maybe.
And pulling across. Yeah, Fly gets the pull on the second part of the wave, so they're going to deny out a large part of the experience that Patos wanted. And the fact that, again, he hasn't TP'd to lane. So he's going to miss out on a fair amount of this. Buys up the full magic wand. Still no TP scroll.
I love the build on Zeus. He's relying at the early stages on his right click. Didn't want to spend any mana, just casting spells. So he decided to go for 2 Null Talismans and Magic Wand, which gives him the tankiness. No boots, no bottle. If they decide to dive him, they're not gonna have enough burst damage unless Lina gets level 6, or maybe if he gets caught out of position. Jarex is still level 1 though, so no way to kill him.
He is, but
Maybe I spoke too soon.
LSAs are landing like that. Makes you look like a liar now, Lacoste.
Yeah, well, Seb connected the 2 LSAs.
And Zeus is a very slow man, isn't he? 303 move speed. But Earth Spirit level 1, 4.5 minutes in, has finally hit level 2 with the help of that kill. It's been a slow one for Jirax. You know, the first fight we saw happen down at the bottom Radiant Shrine, it was all very frenetic, up in their face. But for now, Jirax, he's got his boulder smash ready. Try and make a play out towards top. Patos still with no team control.
Patos with his little bitty tree. Look at him. Tiny looks so funny to me. I don't know why.
This is my tree! Leave me alone. It would be good if Tiny's holding a tree and he dies with, like, you know, charges left. It plants a tree for someone. Just have, you know, have the tree go back to Mother Nature.
There is, like, one company that, when you die, they put your ass in, you can choose the tree, and you're gonna grow into that tree. Like, I would just want to be gigantic oak or whatever.
A redwood.
Yeah. And once, maybe I would be alive.
You don't want to be a Christmas tree?
No, definitely not. Patos, again. Look at him. What a body block.
Dancel here.
Fly.
Shadow Wave. Oh, No-Tail is in with the Infest, though. Oh, one more hit from No-Tail. It's coming through, and there it is. Patos dead yet again, and a TP rotation from Elisash, which was meant to save the Tiny. And leaves the Phantom Manta alone in a 1v1 against S4. Where's the other support? Dark Willow. Katsuo has been super quiet this game. You know, we've seen him throughout the qualifier. I mean, throughout the history of this team. He is basically what EGM was to Alliance, right? He is super greedy for. He loves getting his items up, and he always has a blink dagger on his Rubik at like 15 minutes into the game. But this time around on Dark Willow, 4 minutes in, very quiet, and not a large amount of gold, and going towards double null, it looks like here. I guess aiming for a Veil?
Yeah, probably. He's one of the players that shines in the mid game, so we're gonna have to wait a couple of more minutes. They know that he does not have Grave versus ulti from Seb, no boots on him, so we can't catch him.
Well, the LSA not quite doing the trick there. Seb makes that movement up towards the high ground, but Zeus from low ground, Dazzle from nearby, they have what it takes.
We didn't talk about Phantom Lancer. He's the winner of the CS game, sitting on 45 last hits and 39 scary. That's a lot of XP just from all of these denies.
Yeah, it sure is. Oh, what's S4 up to? So yeah, he's pretty pissed off at this lane. He's going to start pulling waves back towards jungle camps and farming with his spins, it looks like. As S4, 900 gold saved up. Could finish off Tranquils if he wants to, but equally would look for that very fast blink rush if they feel it's required. Rolling onto Nisha. It connects. Jirax there, and wow. Well.
Erased.
Yeah. Zeus was once a hero in this Dota 2 video game. No longer. 10 seconds on that respawn timer. And this is the strength of the Pos 5 Prophet. With that Jirax Earth Spirit, they have such long initiation range. One's global and one with... And how long is that? How far can you go? very far. Many big numbers on the Earth Spirit. They'll try and catch Fly here, but the Bramble Mage and the Cursed Crown, the damage from the Zeus ulti does take him down. But again, it's a +5 profit.
Yeah, look at the vision from OG. They have vision on each side of the map. They're not focusing on the bottom lane because they still can't kill the Phantom Lancer, so they want to be aggressive on the other two lanes, see the rotations coming out from their supports, if they want to pressure the Axe, if they want to invade his jungle. This is the perfect ward placement. The OG pretty much always have good vision, and they love to de-ward. Fly reads the enemy warding well, and Jerax is the god of breaking the smokes. So what does Axe have? Soul Ring?
And technically he has Tranquil Boots. Oh dear. Mid lane. Nisha. Laguna Blade to the back of the head. Jerax on the run away. A few little quick lightning zaps there. We'll try and keep the Lina at bay, but Jerax has already TP'd back home, and everything's fine. But Axe, why does he not have Tranquils assembled?
Or maybe he just wants to go in the lane and assemble it after, or at least just
So here he takes damage, he walks away.
Yeah, and assemble it.
And make sure that he's got that regen going. I guess it makes sense. You know, it's kind of along the same lines or the same logic thought process as like Wraith King level 6 holding ulti or Abaddon holding ulti, right? You don't want them to be damaged.
But he can just keep these two, and when he's farming jungle, put Ring of Regen in his inventory and upgrade it later on into Hood and have that Windlace just for the extra movement speed because he needs it.
S4 not expecting this maneuver from the Dark Willow and PL though. Looks like he'll try and turn a dunk onto an illusion.
Yeah, that's a good way. When you play Axe, if you're threatened, you can, let's say there's a creep nearby you use ulti just to get the movement speed and try to run away.
He tried. Quite successful this time. Patos in a similar spot there. I mean, what are we looking at level-wise? 5 on Tiny, 6 on Axe, 9 and 9 on the PL and the Lifestealer. But net worth-wise, you can see the Tiny there, 2.2k with the Axe at just above 3,000. And then the Lifestealer and the PL getting very big. Definitely expecting this Radiance from No-Tech Lifestealer as it is so good against the Phantom Lancer with the mischance. Phantom Lancer, though, with that Diffuser Blade is going to hit potentially a bigger timing much faster.
They know something is up. Lina is invis. But with this build, when you just go for 1 point in LSA, you don't have enough burst damage.
Rushing straight into the Bloodstone as well, so no Yule's Shadow Blade as the opener from Seb on this Lina.
He can still swap things around. Mad Boots, because later on he can disassemble it and make a Bloodstone out of it. Yule's would be a good choice because you can keep the Dazzle in the team fights into the air or the grave target.
Yeah.
Also can dodge a couple of spells, especially those from Dark Willow.
Maybe even cancel some TPs with it. Kinguin for now much happier with this game, it feels like, than game number 1 there. Definitely setting up much slower, much steadier. Axe, has he finished his Tranquil Boots? Are they on the floor? Oh, careful. Careful. Invis Katzo and El Sash, they're moving in.
Oh, they're gonna steal the stack, mate. Look at how low they are.
Oh, that's very right. That Black Dragon and Ancient Thunderhide, that's a lot of gold there that S4 wants to grab. But look at how patiently and delicately S4 is walking around, cutting down a tree here, a tree there, hiding away in the jungle. Not even going for the camp just now as he sees the Dark Willow and he realizes every move he made just then was spot on perfect. They killed Nisha in the mid lane though as they group up, take down the Zeus on this tier 1, and OG once again just going from objective to objective.
Oh, illusion for Axe. Oh, never mind.
Oh,
Steals it. Axe is just playing the lore, cutting down the trees with Clone Blade.
He's trying to find out how to get lumber for the rest of the piece, isn't he? He's reliving the old Dota 1 days.
He needs to go back to that stack, man. Someone's gonna try to steal it.
Yeah. I mean, how much money is there? Like 400? I guess just a shade under 400 gold.
377 to be exact.
Okay, we'll do the maths. We'll count it up when he goes to take it.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Oh, he dunks the courier.
Where is he? Wait, why? What? Where was the courier? Just in the river somewhere?
Probably delivering something to the Dark Willow.
Yeah. PL has full defusal, so I don't think it was him. As Willow now finishing off those tranquil boots for herself. It's very classic OG here, right? Top tier 1, mid tier 1, they've got Relic up on Lifestealer. Bottom tier 1, they don't care much about. But with a deep ward in the Radiant jungle, they're just watching for these farming patterns for the PL. And they can start cutting in from the bottom lane and starting to kind of cut the map. Make sure that this bottom lane isn't as freely accessible anymore. And then you funnel up your opponents towards top tier 1. And as Patos has a TP scroll this time, Jirax is trying to track him back into the jungle area. And with that TP, Jirax, can you cancel? Of course he can. The God of Earth Spirit has landed a stun, and Patos eaten up by No Tail. As bottom lane, they find Fly as a return kill, but Fly Prophet doesn't really care about dying too much.
He's fine with that trade. Only 200 gold, 240, and he dealt a lot of damage to the tower. The Lifestealer will have Radiance pretty soon. 200 gold away, and then they can start fighting. Maybe after the fight they can threaten the Rosha's wall.
The great thing about Zeus, though, de-warding. They've taken down all of the OG wards for now. One remains in the pocket of Fly as he moves up towards top. Oh, thinks twice about it, cancels his TP. What's the next focus? What's the next thing that OG want to go and do?
They want to fight right now. The timing is perfect for them. They have Blink Dagger on Axe and they have a Radiant, so they're gonna use the Infest Bomb, and there it goes. Did he turn off the Radiance before?
He did not.
Alright.
He forgot.
But they don't see anything, that's the problem, because as you mentioned, Zeus de-warded everything.
Kinguin playing very, very safely near their tier 1 bottom lane. Ella Sash is going to come out and show on lane for a little bit. Thinking about it. Mid, they've got Nisha and
they're going to find Lancer.
Phantom Lancer, there's the S4 jump. The damage looks enough. The dunk not quite, but with the nature's... They take PL down a notch. No Tail still chasing forward, but with the TP now down towards bottom, there's a fight kicking off there as Seb obliterated by Tiny. There's a Sprout from Fly and a catch from Jirax. Lasash has a grave for Tiny, so the TP should succeed, and there's nothing to cancel until S4 jumps in, but the call...
No mana.
Unavailable with no mana there.
Ring on cooldown. Yeah. Clarity was running, but not enough mana. They just immediately buy 2 mana boots on both Prophet and... Not sure why the Prophet has mana boots, but...
S4's just screaming, I need mana, guys! Desperately need mana.
He can disassemble it at one point and make Eon Disc.
Clever man. Or even like a Lotus Orb wouldn't be bad here, honestly. Up against Dark Willow, Zeus, PL. Could get some value out of it. Kinguin on the back foot again, though. Reacting to OG and trying to deal with these pushes forward. But they are getting something elsewhere on the map. At the very least, they have these 2 cores continuing to farm. Exotic Deer now moving up towards a hood as he has had enough.
Jerax, bottom lane.
That magic damage.
What a play. Rolls in, kicks him back.
And down he goes as they find a Laguna Blade onto Elder Sash at the same time. And 2 for nothing. Tier 2 dead. And trade off for a tower up at top, but that is only a tier 1, and it is slow, arduous work. If OG prep the high ground even a little bit here, it's going to force Kinguin back to defend. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Can they finish the top tower? Looks like with a catapult they can. I'll bring it down, but again, this high ground push, 16.5 minutes in from OG, takes the tower down to about 1200 HP.
Yeah, they're forced to use a glyph as well, so they will put more pressure on the outer towers now. Stone finished on Lena.
PL died top.
Wait, what?
Exactly, right?
It was Jerax and Axe.
Yeah. I was so sure that everyone from Kinguin TP'd back home. I was like, oh, they got the tower. No one's here from OG. They're safe. How wrong I was.
They're gonna find the invis with the Axe.
Where's Lifestealer? Where are you? He's off top. So they could have an invis blink call as S4 smoke with Jirax looking in towards mid. Patos the Tiny. He's gonna get found here. Another good roll in from Jirax. Catches, but a toss back buys that time the Tiny needs until S4 arrives. They throw the Laguna Blade straight in there. Seb, he doesn't want to kill you. He'll He wants to make sure S4 can dunk down on these heroes. 7 to 13 with a 9,000 lead. OG. Is this the final? No, they've got one tier 2 top lane, but every single other objective outside on the map, away from the Radiant base, is gone.
Yeah, I think they're gonna go for a Roach Wave now. Arcane Rune picked up. Lena's gonna probably take that one. Also, look at the talent tree on the axe. 40 attack speed, so he might go for, like, preparing for the late game against the Phantom Lancer.
Mjolnir?
Yeah, he needs movement speed of 15 and then get Mjolnir attacking procs counter Helix.
That's pretty tasty. I can't wait to see that, honestly. Oh,
yeah,
the Qualifiers, in they come. Cursed Crown down as he rolls back to safety. Now they look forward as they chase on in. No tail. Shreds Catsaw, the TP from Nisha. Oh, it barely gets him to safety as that dunk not quite working out. Patos and Exotic Deer forced to retreat. I think they'll find the Tiny here. Patos goes in with the avalanche, the toss, the damage not enough. Seb will turn and fight. And Tiny dead to rights. OG come in again with a huge team fight win, and like you were saying just now, this again just opens Roshan for them.
Look at the build of Nature's Prophet. Good. He's going into the pipe because they have a lot of magical damage from Zeus and Tiny. So this is the hero that can build anything. You need an urn, alright, you need Spirit Vessel, you need a Force Staff, you need the Necro Book, whatever, you need a mech, he's gonna make it.
Yeah, you think back to the way Nature's Prophet has been played in the past, right? We've seen POS 1, we've seen POS 2, POS 3, depending on matchups. We had a few players try this support Furion. You think of FY as a big proponent of it several years back, and it would be 4-staff mech. You would literally just be a TPing fountain, going around and healing everybody. But it really, he is the king of utility. Like you're saying, he can literally buy anything. There isn't a single core item on Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, it just feels right. Whatever you buy, it's good.
It is. If it feels good,
besides mana boots.
You're not a fan of the mana boots?
No, especially if you don't use them.
Okay, fair enough. No tail, Crimson Guard, Raddy.
Like, you're not gonna use 1,000 mana in a team fight, and you have a global presence with the teleport. You can just easily go back and go back with the TP scroll if needed.
I'm not sure what was happening bot, and it's kind of boggled my mind. Zeus veiled and ulted the Lifestealer, forced the rage, and Zeus just TP'd away. I guess they were trying to scout if there's anyone behind the Lifestealer there, and see if they can pop him after the rage, but that was an optimistic maneuver. 60-second cooldown on Nisha. Maybe they just don't feel they're about to fight anytime soon. And it's Fly. This is the move we were talking about, the TP into ward, and then he sees the Dazzle ward.
Both of them know, so these two freshly placed wards are gonna get rewarded.
Does Dazzle know?
Yeah, he pinged it out.
Okay.
Nisha needs one more bolt.
There we go.
Tower is under attack.
Immediately gone. High ground, though, needs to be defended. Catapult in the mid, Seb clearing out these waves as Tiny does the same back to them, but bottom lane, no tail with an illusion. Moving up with another catapult of OG's side, S4 and Jirax holding that line to make sure they are the counter initiators. But if they see a big target they want to jump on, they can go at the drop of a hat. There's no tail, just up on the high ground. Catapult kept up and running. Don't allow that to get hit by the towers at all. And the urn charge onto no tail should take them no time at all to finish off that tier 3, and that's it. They've got another big objective. Shrines are now available for them to take, and this map is getting smaller and smaller for Kinguin.
I think they're gonna smoke and try to make a play, like fake back and go in, or just try to go without a smoke. Let's see, Dazzle just hitting with the Tranquil Boots.
They got Nisha mid. It looks like the Zeus with no way of escaping there as they lost Fly up towards top, but the blue call in. Down goes the Dark Willow. Cursed Crown stuns up too. These illusions, a bit of an annoyance there for the Lina. But with Lifestealer around, that Radiant Spurn, the mischance working out nicely for OG. Seb all the way back towards top lane though. He's left his team alone.
He has Boots of Travel, so he wants to push out the waves first and then join a fight.
Radiant's middle tower is under
They don't have the
attack.
answer for a Lifestealer. Like, Phantom Lancer does not build into MKB, and none of the other hero, so the missed chance is
they caught the PL, caught him twice with the blink call, the grave, and the Terrorize. They try and keep Exotic Deer up and running. Where's the dunk? Where's S4? He's got it ready, he'll go forward, but Heal's already gone. Dead for 50 seconds, has a buyback with the Dark Willow as well, and there's no way that Zeus and Dazzle can defend the base here alone. Tiny with a blink dagger ready, looking for the jump in towards OG, maybe catch step, but Aegis of the Immortal makes her a very difficult hero to kill twice.
Jarex placed a deep ward here, and they went like this, and then they could get the pick off before.
Yeah, Fly TP'd in very sneakily. Got that observer ward down. But with sentries and lightning bolts, it looks like Kinguin taking down Seb to about half HP with one Thunder Strike. Racks are open though, and No Tail with the Rage. Starts to go to work on them. Dodge out through the Bramble Maze. No follow through here from Kinguin, but OG much more disciplined about their high ground pushes, taking this one slow and steady.
When's the next row spawning? In 3.5 minutes, maybe even more. So they're gonna probably try to close this game before the Roche even spawns. Full pipe finished on Nature's Prophet. That's gonna mitigate a lot of damage from Zeus and the Tiny. Like, this Tiny is involved in this game in one kill and has 7 deaths. And that's not what you want to have for your offlaner. He's been bullied hard. He played amazingly well in the previous game, considering the situation he was in.
I just feel sad for all of them. None of these Radiant heroes really have like a game-winning item, right? No Ags on Zeus. He's still a long way away from it. And it feels like Exotic Deer is the one guy that can carry Kinguin, and he's not got himself a Manta style yet. 25 minutes in, Yasha, Diffusal Blade, Hood, and 1,500 gold saved up. Awkward game for everyone involved. Nisha, though. Oh, he's been TP'd on here. Fly, Wrath of Nature. Oh, the trees created. Boulder Smash is there, but Nisha's already TP'd home.
You don't want to be stuck in your base with the Tiny, Dazzle, Dark Willow. You just didn't see too much of a Dark Willow, right? Doesn't feel like a hero at this point.
And that's
no big Terrorize, no solo pickoffs with Bedlam.
Like, she has double the net worth of Dazzle, but I'd say...
Oh yeah, that's so hard.
But that's the thing, like 10 times out of 10, Dazzle's going to have more impact than her, right?
Yeah. He has that level 4 Shallow Grave.
Yeah, it's pretty big. Pretty important. The trouble is Axe.
Yeah, even if they get the pickoff now, they're smoked. That's just an empty kill. They can't do anything after. They can't even do anything to Jarex because he has quick fingers.
And he is out of there. Rax still standing bottom lane, healed back up to full. OG pondering their next move here. Trying to keep these lanes pushed out as far as they can. But they do blink call. Paltos returns though with Avalanche Toss, but look at this. Infested Nature's Prophet TPs across the map from bot to top, and Tiny drops. TP from Lina will arrive as well, and as Nisha sprouted and killed. A 2-for-0 special there, as OG will move on for more. Dark Willow found by Jirax, and the magnetized slapdown with the stick. 3-0. Kinguin on their last legs.
There's no way Kinguin comes back into this game. They don't have the heroes, no big items coming on their side. The Roche is gonna spawn maybe in 30 seconds. But they want to close this game. Look at Lena, she's so jacked. Level 20, BKB.
Oh, Dazzle! That's not how it's meant to go down. Jumped, kicked, and Laguna bladed as Patos feels the wrath of Daddy. Mr. No Tail there, the life stealer, absolutely annihilates him.
Gary, you know what I like to say. When it's time to call it, it's time to call it. Especially if you're gonna lose 2-0. You don't want to get this loss to get into your head too much. Let's see, a kick from Jarex. That's gonna be the nail in the coffin.
A goal! It was a big one. Very important one. Zeus dead for 40 seconds. I'm with you on this one. I think it's GG. A buyback from Zeus. Kinguin, last chance saloon. Let's see what you can do. No tail up with the rage. The terrorize hits absolutely nobody. As the PL moves forward, but with 2 lanes of racks gone. Kinguin, they do still hold their high ground, at least for now, but OG, they could just go straight back in if they wanted to.
Like, you have a pretty bad lineup at the start with we talked during the draft about the last hero pick, and once you see it, either it's wow, this lineup has so much synergy now. How didn't I think of that hero? I'm so stupid. But then someone else picks something different, and you think of yourself like, what are they gonna do?
And you're left with the 10th pick, Zeus. They did this before.
Yeah, I think every time I saw Kinguin pick Zeus, they lost the game. It just doesn't feel that it's a good Zeus game.
Was it Genting? I can't remember what event they were at, but 3-4 months ago, they picked a Zeus against a Lifestealer as their 10th pick. And I can't remember why, it just felt so straight. Oh well. Kinguin. Let's have a look. What does Dota Plus say?
What's the percentage?
0.
It says 0?
It literally says 0%.
Well, Dota Plus is not wrong. It's made by Valve.
Oh, someone had a good point about the graph from the other game.
What did they say?
They said when Lone Druid Bear died and then died again with no resummon, maybe it was just like, oh, the game's fucking over. You can't win now. So think of all the net worth, right? You know, like 15k net worth or whatever it is on the bear just disappears from the game. It makes sense.
That makes sense, but that kind of a graph...
Still broken. And there's the Lotus Orb for Fly. Lacoste, he rebuys the Arcane Boots.
Well, just in case, like, he needs that mana. Look at his mana region.
Just in case S4 or No Tail scream for more mana.
It's great against the Phantom Lancer. Just kidding, you give them more mana so he deals more damage. You should not have mana at all.
Remove your mana.
That's one of the strats when you play against the Rubian Weaver who gets
mana break.
Blade and mana break. You just spend all mana before going into the team fight. Don't try this at home.
That is a trademarked, patented Lacoste maneuver. Here we go, Granite Golem. With the Lifestealer inside, burning with the Radiance through the creep waves. But Roshan's alive, and OG, they've got that in their sights. Kinguin's smoke on Dazzle is ready to go. Nisha trying to deal as much as he can with PL down bottom. They're not in position, and it looks like Roshan is just going to go to OG with no contest.
I think OG are playing way too cautious this game. Like, they have almost 40,000 network lead. 2 Raxes ahead, 2 set of Raxes.
But they know that Kinguin always play to the end, right? That's something you've got to keep in mind against certain teams. You know, if you're playing against Team Empire or Fly to Moon or something, potentially you can win in 11 minutes and they tap out and call GG. But Kinguin and Fnatic especially, I think those are the 2 biggest teams that will never give up until their throne is dead or until all 5 heroes are dead without buyback. They always stay in and try and fight to the very bitter end, which is admirable. As they smoke now, instantly reveal, trying to get themselves some form of initiation, but it's going to be Axe that starts things off. The blink call on Tiny with no tail there. The grave is fast, and Patos is going to try and find a way to escape. Throws an avalanche as the kick won't kill, but with that battle hunger, it might just will as they get the cheese back on Axe. Lotus Orb Bear as they look to swing back in with Seb moving forward. The Laguna Blade of Capsor immediately dissipates the Dark Willow, and No Tail going to work on buildings. Illusion's dead. Exotic Deer PL really the last man that can do anything in this game. Patos jumps in, but it's all over now. 5 alive for OG as Kinguin. They're going to lose 3. Buyback from PL. They're going to keep going. BKB Seb, LSAs, and jumps away. But that is Mega Creeps. Now available for the dire side. And OG could maybe leave the creeps to end the game for them, but there it is. Tap out. And Kinguin 2-0 down in this best of 5 now as OG are 1 game away from qualifying for ESL 1 Birmingham.
This game was over a long time ago. OG, good to draft again, pretty aggressive, a lot of counters.